but what was your proudest moment as a parent so far?
You passing exams was the proudest moment for you.
Really?
Yeah, because I wasn't expecting you to do it. I thought we'd have to send you back to college.
What was it like when I was struggling at school for you?
The trouble we had with you was unbelievable.
What's your ick?
Oh my God, you are the messiest person I've ever met.
I'm not that mess.
You're horrific.
Hey guys, welcome back to Charlize's Private Story. My podcast where I share more than ever before and we talk all things beauty, fashion, and also I give you all the juicy drama. And every single week I'm joined by influencers, friends, celebrities and my own family to talk about their private stories, their picnics and also to get to know them more. And I want you guys to keep getting involved like you did last time, so please send in all your questions, stories and dilemmas because we love hearing from you. And welcome to my private story. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Charlize's Private Story. Today I've got someone who you've all been waiting for and I thought why not kick off this season, well the second episode of the season with someone that you've all been asking for, which is actually my dad. So I've got Mark Hobson here today.
Hello. Clap. Thank you.
Hi Mark, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. He's been a bit ill recently.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've been away for like the past 4 days, so I haven't actually seen my dad in a while. And then he goes on holiday in a few days and leaves me.
Tomorrow.
But oh yeah, thanks for the reminder.
Thank you.
But how are you feeling?
Good.
You nervous?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh,
Not sure what the
I
questions.
thought he wasn't going to say he was nervous.
Yeah,
So you'd be like, no,
yeah.
I'm fine. No, I'm fine.
Don't like the cameras.
Anyway, Naya was giving her impressions of you the other day again.
She's lost.
Me and my friends love to rip into my dad, like literally all the time. Naya just pretends to be my dad and starts talking like a chava. And it's quite
She
funny.
does. She just laughs at me. Naya's just laughs at me. That's all she does.
When dad's around, she loves you, but when you're away, she does like mimic you.
Oh,
it's
okay.
quite funny. She'll be like, oh, my back. She gives it all that. But anyway, Dad, people have been very excited to see you and have asked quite a lot of questions. And I thought I'd ask you them and we can see what you have to say for yourself.
Yeah, that's fine.
Starting off, Mum came on here first.
Yeah.
Mum was an absolute banger. We had a really good time. I think that's the most
No
I've ever
pressure then.
laughed.
Okay.
Most I've ever laughed was with Mum, actually. But when Mum come on, she explained the story of how you two met. But for people that want to know from your side of the story, it's probably a little bit different from her cutesy side. So take it away.
No,
How did you meet Mum?
It's actually quite cute. I don't like doing cute stuff, but yeah, I met Mum at a social club when I think she was 19 and I was 20. And I didn't know who she was. She lived around the corner from us for years and years, and I never even knew who she was. Never met her, although she lived 2 streets away.
Right.
And met her at a social club, or saw her at a social club. She was seeing someone else at the time. I was like, and I said, who's that? Who's that? And he's going, oh, it's Dawn. You're not going to be able to go out of her. She's seen da-da-da. And I was like, oh. And I said to one of my mates, Kelly, I said, I'm gonna marry her one day. Actually true. It's a bit cringe, isn't it? A bit icky, but it is what it is.
That gives me
Yeah. And then I think I liked her for a while, and then she was having problems with the bloke she was with. And then one night I'd been out on a football stag do thing, like a game somewhere. And I come back on a Sunday night, offered her a drink, and she went, no thanks, I'm all right. Just left me hanging like a weirdo. It's like, okay. So I just turned away and said, okay, I'm not doing it. I won't buy her a drink. And then her mate came over and said, oh, and she does like you. She was just talking to someone, she didn't want to be rude. That mum being mum, you understand that, don't you?
Yeah, she does that a lot.
So
I'm like, Mum.
Yeah, that was
Mum,
the first time
Mum.
I met her. So then we had a chat, and then from there, really, I think within 6 months we was living together. Literally 6 months.
Jeez.
Different times though, different days and different times. So
yeah, you got.
now I probably wouldn't be the same. You used to talk
got
to each other for
engaged.
whatever seems like a year.
Yeah, talking stage takes quite a while now.
What is talking? What is that?
Exclusive. You got to be
What's
exclusive
that?
first,
So talking exclusive and what?
and then date, and then marriage. Down the line.
Engagement.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, you get engaged first. But yeah, so what was it like having me when I was little? Was I a good kid?
Yeah, you was. And you was a little entertainer, wasn't you?
Yeah.
Nothing's ever really changed there.
I used to run around,
So I
smash
used
my
to
head
dance.
into tables.
Yeah, you smash your head in the table. That's the scar on your nose there.
Everyone always asks me about that scar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people always say, what's this scar from? I'm like, yeah, I got a fight. And then I tell them the truth
you've
and say
never
that
had
I
a
ran
fight.
into a table when I was like 3 or 4.
Yeah, she was the most entertaining kid. You was the most entertaining kid ever. Everyone knew you was going to do something along these lines. What are you doing now?
I literally always used to like get in front of the TV. X Factor was on. I was in front of the TV dancing, like trying to make everyone watch me, not X Factor. I was saying to you
and doing
this
videos
morning,
with Robin all the time, sitting there doing
yeah.
videos every day.
we used to YouTube videos, everything. When I was literally like 5 years old, I was in front of the camera.
So you was never ever been away from a camera really in your whole life of your entire life.
No.
So you was the most entertaining kid out of the 3. George was the cutest.
I was the cutest.
No,
one.
George was the cutest.
I was so
George
cute.
George was little chubber. She was lovely.
Aww.
She's £9.11 when she was born. She was lovely when she was born.
One of my first memories of Georgia, because I was well young, she used to tell me she was adopted all the time.
Yeah.
She used to always say I'm adopted.
That's the second child syndrome.
Yeah, and
any second child will recognise that.
Guys, second child syndrome is a real thing. If you've got a second child, please tell us we're not the only ones. Georgia does this a lot. But I remember we were on the swing set in my old house and she said to me, oh, I'm adopted. And I was like, Mum, what? And Mum was like, no, you're not, Georgia. But she used to tell me all the time. She used to think it was really funny. But it used to kind of scare me as a kid because I thought, what?
No, he's never adopted.
But that was the kind of story of Amelie being an entertainer from when she was a child. I actually haven't stopped. I'm still the same. But I was going to say, what's it like being a girl dad? Because Dad is the most boy dad ever, but he's not a boy dad. You're not anymore.
No, not now. I'm too late now, isn't it?
Ship sailed.
Really? Yeah, the ship sailed. Yeah, it's 3 girls. I never thought I'd have 3 girls. I think I must have done something wrong in a past life. I really do, because that is the most difficult thing as a man, to have 3.
God, I'm not that bad.
No, but it's hard work having 3 daughters. It really is difficult when you're like me. Right. Trying to be a protector to you girls, it's been difficult. You've had it the easiest. You've got so much more freedom than the other 2 have ever
No,
had.
I don't.
You do.
That's so strict, guys.
Oh, come off it. if you ask the other 2 if I'm strict on you, they'll say, oh, you let her get away with everything she does. She do what she wants when she wants.
I don't do what I want when I want.
No, I know.
I still can't go out.
That's the perception for your sisters, though. That's what they think. You can do what you want when you want.
Yeah. So you would say being a girl dad is difficult.
Oh, massively difficult.
Dad wanted boys, let's be real. You didn't want girls.
I wanted footballers. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, well, you got 3 girls who like football.
Yeah, all like football. All the boyfriends are Arsenal fans. Oh, other than one.
No, one's not an Arsenal fan.
Oh,
George's boyfriend Sam is a Man United fan.
He's a Manchester fan, yeah.
Which we don't like.
No, we can't have Manchester wrapped around us.
We don't. I love Manchester, but not United.
Not United.
And not City either. Like, just not like, be a Bolton fan, that'd be all right. Talking of children, who's your favourite child?
The one who's being the best at the time. I'm not having.
Mum said this exact answer.
Did she say the same? Did she say the same?
Whoever's nicest to me on the day. Pick me, choose me, Dawn.
It depends on the time, doesn't it? Sometimes it can be you. Sometimes Robin, sometimes George. I'm not going to pick one of you 3, am I? Why would I do that?
I think you should. The 3 of you. I think you should right now. You signed a contract.
Robin's the kindest.
Are you joking, mate?
George is the most driven, and you're the most talented.
Are you joking? Yeah, I'm not having that.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm the nicest. I'm the most generous. Maybe not actually. Robin's quite generous.
Robin's quite generous.
Robin is really generous.
I think Robin's the most generous one out of the 3 of you.
Yeah. But I wouldn't say I'm the most.
You're very kind.
I think I'm the best. Jokes. Love my sisters. No. They are the best. Anyway, what was it like when I was struggling at school for you? Because we had some problems with you. Like kids like trying to bring you into things, and then we had to get the police involved. Do you remember?
I think we had the police involved 3 times, even when you was at school. If you think about it, I can't mention names, but there was 3 times when we had the police involved with you. It was continuous. It was the most horrific time. We had the same problem with Georgia as well at school. She had massive problems at school, but the same with you. Obviously, you was getting well known even then back in school, and the trouble we had with you was unbelievable. The amount of jealousy and I can't believe how vile kids are. To be honest, it's quite sad how vile some of these children are.
And boys. That was what shocked you the most.
What shocked me the most was boys when I was young were never like they are now. They're like girls. They really are. The way they react and act to things now is so different to when I was young.
They used to be worse than the girls sometimes.
I think that was. I mean, we've had so many problems. It's been it was very, very tough for the last 2 years of school. Unbelievably tough with you.
Yeah, because it wasn't even that wasn't even the peak of bullying really. The last 2 years.
No.
It was more just I hated it, and then it got to
the stage where we was actually think I wanted to take you out and homeschool you.
Yeah,
that's how bad it was.
We was having that discussion before quite a few times. Then we were looking at other schools, but it people always say, "Why don't you just move?" But it wasn't that easy.
No,
especially with the grades that I was getting at the time, where I hadn't been in school.
It was tough. You had to stay there. You really couldn't move at that time, and then obviously we had to get you a lot of tutoring. Because you missed a lot of school, didn't you, at the time?
Yeah, I missed so much. I missed 3 months of school in year 9. Year 10, I was hardly in. Year 11 was my worst year. I hardly went in year 11. I hated it. I used to sit in Costa with you instead and do work in Costa. Do you remember?
You were doing your homework, didn't you?
Yeah, I used to do it all there because I didn't want to be in school.
What did you get in business?
2.
Did you really?
I did really bad. I didn't go to my lessons, did I?
And actually,
I didn't.
And actually, you was quite good at it.
I was very good at it,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
didn't do anything, so I didn't know what I was talking about. And you had to put it in like a 5 marker. Do you remember?
Yeah, I do.
I was
Yeah,
saying
I do
it was like a
remember that.
point thing, and I said, I haven't been in the lessons. I don't know what I'm doing. As I didn't go to school very often, or if it was a business class, I'd be sitting with my Mr. Beckett instead, who used to sit there and help
Mr.
me.
Beckett was your main man.
Oh, I loved
Just sit
Mr.
there.
Beckett.
Go and sit over there, Emily. Go and sit over there, Emily.
He used to say, go sit over there, and I'd sit by myself. He'd let me just get on with what I needed to do.
What
He
a
was
sad
such
thing, though, to do at school, like to be like that. Because school for me was the best days of my life.
Yeah, people always say, don't they? They're like, oh, you'll miss it one day. I'm like,
but I don't think you or Georgia missed it. I think probably Robin missed it because she had a good time.
yeah.
But you used to, horrific.
No, yeah,
for
I
both
don't
of
miss
you.
school at all.
And the amount of trouble it causes for the family as well. How much pressure it puts on everyone.
Yeah.
Your mum and myself.
Yeah, now I
all
look
of
back
us.
on how many times I used to text mum a day, I do feel kind of bad.
20. You had
Pick
your
me
phone
up.
because you could get away with having an iPad.
Shh.
That's
Jokes,
right.
I don't care. The school know now anyway.
Yeah.
I was shopping in Selfridges and got detentions for it. Because I used to
Well, I
buy
didn't know
stuff.
that. Did you really?
Yeah, mum didn't tell you at the time because obviously I was like
that
in
would have been a
school.
problem,
So
yeah.
mum was like, I'm not going to tell Dad if you do it again.
Well, we'll have having words with mum later then.
And I did it again. Because my problem was I got bored, and if I'd done my work, then I was like, right, I'll just go shopping. So I used to sit on Selfridges and like look through like all bags that I couldn't afford and just look at them. But Dad went to school. He was a really good kid at school. Dad was a bit naughty. But do you think I was naughty at school? I
Yeah.
don't think I was.
No, you wasn't terrible, but there's a few times you could have been better, couldn't you? You haven't done major mad things that I know about. But the thing is, I don't think Mum tells me half of what really used to go on, did she?
No, there wasn't much because I wanted the school to be on my side, so I wouldn't get in trouble with them.
No,
Because if
no.
I wanted them to back me and like be on my side,
Yeah,
if you're naughty, they're not going to stick up for you. They're going to think you're the problem.
I know.
So I wasn't that naughty at all. I think they just couldn't control me when it comes to walking out. That was my
Well,
problem.
you got to the stage where you just kept walking out and you going, I'm in the high street, come and pick me up.
I used
God.
to call.
What are you doing?
And
Get back to school.
Dad's mate goes to he works down the high street near my school. So I used to go in his shop and
Lewis.
I'd go, Lewis, can I have 99p please? He'd give me 99p.
Yeah,
I'd
go
go
and ask my
buy.
friends for money.
I'd go and buy a jam donut and sit there and wait for my dad in the corner of the high street, hoping no one
Oh,
would walk past.
That was terrible for
yeah,
the last
that was
3 years.
Yeah, school wasn't the best, but I also think people always talk about college and have a problem with the fact that you let me do social media full time.
So what would you have got out of college? If I'd have sent you to college, what would you have got out of college? What were you going to go and do?
I couldn't find a course I liked.
What was you looking at the time? Was it makeup or hairdressing or something?
No, it was media that I wanted to do. But when I looked at it,
Yeah,
it
but
was
you don't-
starting up your own social media account, which I've done.
Yeah, but it's all stuff you'd already done 2 years previously.
Yeah.
So it was pointless. What would you have gained? I don't understand why people get so vexed by it, to be honest, because at the end of the day, for you, it was always going to be your path. You was already quite well known at that time. Why would you have gone to, I don't understand why people think like I should have sent you to college. Or that
Yeah.
I've done something wrong or we've done something bad for not sending you to college.
Yeah, I know, people.
It was like, I mean, to be fair, we're still filling forms in about you not going to school now.
Really?
Mum's doing one this morning.
Filling forms in because I'm not in
Ask-
school.
asking
But
you,
the government
yeah.
don't mind, do they?
No,
the council,
no, they
sorry.
wrote to us once and then basically said what you was doing. We told them and it was all good. And then Mum's gone again, but they've started to write to us again now.
It's probably because it's second year.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
started up
Yeah,
again,
it's
hasn't it? So
started
they
up
have to
again,
check
so I'm
every
probably
single.
checking again, yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't. Well, you didn't mind me leaving, but we did
No,
have
no,
conversations about it.
look,
We did look.
In life, I think there's certain paths to certain people. If you're educationally biased, like Georgia, she did college and went to university, that's absolutely fine.
Robin did college and then went to work straight
exactly.
away.
It depends on how you are as an individual and how you learn. And
Yeah.
you're ADHD like me, so you're not going to learn the structured way they learn anyway.
No, I literally
too mad.
can't. I literally can't learn like that. We're very visual learners, aren't we?
Yeah. I
Like
can't
when
do
me
it.
and Dad have meetings with people, it's like we're like really thinking out the box, but it has to be like
Yeah.
in the moment. Otherwise, I don't really think.
Yeah,
about
that's very.
things.
You're very similar to me. You don't prep or anything, do you? Really, you just do. You go off the cuff with things, don't you?
I said to Dad, "Do you want to read like some of the questions?" No. I was like, "Okay, that's fine."
Just answer 'em.
Makes my job easier.
Yeah.
Someone actually said, "What was your reaction when it started like getting into social media?"
I think the first time I actually realised you was getting known was when we was in lockdown. When I think
Yeah.
people were doing lives, weren't they? And I didn't have any idea because I'm not really into social media like you lot are, really. And I remember you doing I think girls were doing a live. I know it was on Instagram or something. Is it live on Instagram?
TikTok, Insta, one of them.
One of them. And he was sitting there and he was like, you'd join their live. And then like all of a sudden it'd go from like, I don't know, 20 views to like 3,000. I'm like, what is going on here? And they'll be like, oh my God, it's Amy.
I know
And
exactly
it was
what
like,
you're on about.
how weird's that?
Yeah,
I mean, it
we
gets a
used
little bit
to-
like now. It's like it becomes a little bit more normalised because we've seen it a lot over the years. But I think the first time I really noticed, I don't know. I think it's the first time Mum went with you to to Top Fest. Yeah, the first one.
Because you didn't take me, but Mum
even then, I
used to
didn't
take
realise
me.
the scale of what was going on. And she went to me, "Oh my God, you're gonna have to come to Birmingham." Why? She said, "Mark, you won't believe it. The queues for Emily is unbelievable." I'm like, "You're joking?" And honestly, I went there the next day. Oh my life, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
It was just like queues upon queues. It was like, that's my daughter.
It was really
yeah,
cool.
that's quite a surreal moment, to be honest.
I actually really
and then
enjoyed
from that moment
year.
on, I thought, well, you've obviously got something going here.
Yeah.
You've obviously got a big opportunity to do something with social media.
Yeah.
And do the influencing side.
I think people think their dad was really strict on it. Obviously, you was worried.
I was worried.
But Mum always managed my accounts.
All the accounts were managed. Your sister was watching them.
Mum was
watching them, and anything it was filtered so much that I don't think people understand how much the family were onto that.
Yeah, like my messages, I didn't see any of them until Mum had already gone through them and deleted
there were some
everything.
weird people out there. Let's be real.
Mum probably showed Dad all of the weird messages.
No, she didn't.
But the thing is now, Instagram's so strict now. So you can't just message people anymore like you used to be able to. They've really filtered it down now. So therefore you can't really get like all the weird messages. When I first started, you could.
Yeah.
More than now, it's a lot different. They filter things. They don't let you see certain things. So I think Instagram's done a good job of like protecting you a little bit more. But
is it the same on TikTok, or is it?
TikTok you can message, but I don't look through. I've never seen it in my life.
Yeah,
I just see like my friends send me TikToks and I send them back.
Oh, right.
But we always joke that you want to be an influencer.
No.
He does, in disguise. Do you like being in my content? And you come to an event recently. Did you enjoy the event that you went to?
The event was great, yeah, that was good fun.
Yeah.
But no, I don't like want to be an influencer or be in social media.
No.
I much prefer being behind the camera, not in front of it.
Yeah, Dad likes being behind the camera.
Mum likes it. Mum wants to be an influencer.
Mum wants to be a little mummager influencer.
Yeah, she loves it.
She does like it.
Yeah.
But I feel like Dad doesn't really get too involved.
No, it's not really for me.
More business side for you.
Yeah, I help out with some of the business side stuff that you're doing at the moment in the background.
Yeah.
Watch this space.
Watch this space.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah.
But what was your proudest moment as a parent so far?
Proudest moment
ever?
Oh, that's a good question. I'll be honest. It's probably Georgia with passing a.
I meant for me.
Oh, you meant for you. I thought you were talking about the kid's proudest moment as a parent.
Great, thanks.
Proudest moment as a parent. You getting a 3 in maths.
I didn't get a 3. I got a 4 in maths.
4. That's even better.
That was
well
your
done.
proudest moment. I passed.
Yeah, well done. You passing your exams was the proudest moment for you.
Really?
Yeah. Because I wasn't expecting you to do it. I thought we'd have to send you back to college.
There's no way that's your proudest moment.
Yeah.
I've become a PLT global ambassador, and my
proudest moment
dad
probably actually is with PLT. I think doing that as a kid of your age, to be doing that at 16. You were 16 at the time, right?
15. I signed my contract.
Really? Well, that's amazing. I mean, you are the youngest one they've ever had.
Yeah.
So I suppose from the influencing side, definitely the PLT.
And then my academic weapon.
Yeah, your academic side. Yeah, it's not really good, is it?
People ask me a lot about will I go on Love Island.
No, it's not happening. That is not happening.
I wouldn't go on it now. I've got a boyfriend, but
absolutely no chance you're going on that program.
He would never let me go on Love Island.
I wouldn't let. I think George got asked to go on it.
Yeah, she did.
And it's like, nah, no way.
No, not for Dad. He watches it and he's his guilty pleasure in disguise. My guy sits in front of the TV, front row.
No,
he gets the beanbag out, sits at the front and watches that, and he knows all the influencers. When we went to that event the other day,
I knew the Towie a lot more than the
The only
Love
ones you
Island
picked up on was one Towie boy, and the rest were the Love Islanders. You went, oh, that's Harriet over there. You did.
Really?
You didn't watch that much this season, but you watched enough.
Yeah, Ruben was there, wasn't he?
Yep.
Ruben, I remember seeing Ruben.
That's crazy. The fact that you can say that.
Yeah,
what
but
about Locked In?
That's what Casey J done, right?
Yeah, Case done it.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I think I'd be happy with you to do that one actually.
I
I
think
think
my
that'd be a
top
bit different. I
three
think that's a little
right
bit
now-
different.
Yeah, 100%. It's not dating or anything.
Yeah, no, it's not dating or anything. I
No.
prefer that. I wouldn't want you. I'd hate you to go on Love Island. I'd hate any of you, my girls, to go on Love Island. To be honest, that's personal. It's it's just not for me. That's all.
Yeah, but for other
that's
people,
fine,
they don't
whatever.
mind.
Yeah.
But I think Locked In, Strictly, and I'm a Celeb would be my top 3. We're actually a very open family, I feel.
Oh, I don't know. I don't feel you lot tell me as much as I
tell you
find things
everything.
out now. I think you do.
Well, not when I was at school, because I didn't want you to know, like,
okay.
what I was like when I got told off.
Yeah.
Like, if I got a C2, Mum would be like, telling Dad. And he'd say,
never did
please
though,
don't,
did she?
please don't. Well, I didn't get that many, that's why. But we're quite an open family.
Yeah.
I know people struggle to open up to their parents. So
100%.
what's your advice to someone that wants to open up to their parents more?
I don't know. It's about opening up to your parents. It's about a relationship, isn't it? It's like talking to your kids and understanding your kids a little bit. If they're becoming a little bit insular and start sitting in their room, you got to recognising signs with children, especially with the mental health these days. There's so many kids struggle now, and and you wonder why they struggle so much with the way life is now. It's a lot better than when we were young, for example. But I don't remember having these many problems when we were young kids.
No.
Now, kids, everyone's got problems with it. I understand depression. I'll be honest, I've had depression when I was in business a few years ago, and it's a hard place to be. So I think realistically, everyone's so busy now. Sometimes people don't recognise the signs with their kids where you come into like I know when George is down, when Robin's down, or when you're down. I know it.
He knows when we're on our period, when we're actually not.
Life. All three of you together.
He says, you're on your time of the month when we're rude to him. And I'm like, I'm not even on my time of the month, but cheers. Thanks. That really annoys me.
Georgia, you normally know.
Georgia, you know.
Yeah.
You know when Georgia is.
Yeah, I think it's recognised. It's hard to recognise the signs now when people are so busy, but I think you have to recognise or try and understand when kids are not being communicative or talking to you.
But as a kid as well, like if you're feeling like that, then maybe it's just time you speak up a little bit.
You need to speak to people. I mean, the unfortunate thing is you see a lot of kids haven't got a relationship with their parents, but they feel they can talk.
Which is really sad.
Which then they need to open up to someone they trust, really.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Open up to someone you trust if it isn't your parents.
Even a teacher, it doesn't matter who it is. If you're struggling, you really, really need to speak. The worst thing you can do is go insular and not talk to anyone.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, no, I agree. Talking about being very open with you, you've met my new boyfriend, but you don't really see him because...
I think I've been ill the last 2 times.
He's been
around
ill
our house.
or he's been away.
Yeah, I've been away, yeah, it's true.
How do you feel?
Yeah, he's actually a really nice kid. I do like him.
Yeah.
He's a keeper, Ram. He's a keeper. He's a nice boy. Nice boy. Plays football, supports Arsenal. That's good.
And he keeps his phone downstairs at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, 10 o'clock. That's a bit weird.
No, it's
Can't
cute.
answer his phone after 10 o'clock
He
at night.
had a go at me because I was on my phone at 12 and he said the UV rays, not the UV rays, the blue light.
Blue light.
Makes
it doesn't make him sleep properly or something, isn't it?
So he's like, Emily, you need to turn your phone off at 12. That's your rule.
Oh, yeah, that'd be right. That's one of the things with you. Bloody always on your phone. Never,
it's
ever
my work.
off your phone.
It's my work.
That's your excuse when it was like 2 o'clock in the morning when you was about 14.
I know he's doing house party.
Embarrassing.
That was great. So that's your opinion. You like him?
He's very nice. He's out of the boyfriends you've sort of seen before, the boys you've seen before. Yeah, he's definitely the best. In my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Pick a nick game. Woo!
Oh.
Dad's watched my podcast many times, so he knows what the pick a nick is. But if you're new here, I'm going to give him 3 topics and he's going to tell me his pick and his ick. Starting off, what's your pick about me and your ick about me?
Pick about you, okay. Definitely your personality and your kindness. Them 2 things, definitely, for you. They're the best things
about you. Get that one a lot.
Is it true? So you get a lot?
I'm joking.
No,
I've only ever had one person say pick a nick for me before. Or mum and Eloise and Jude.
So definitely your kindness. I don't think people realise how kind you are. We see it, but a lot of people don't see it.
Yeah.
Your personality, you do make me laugh. You are funny. You very much remind me of me.
Yeah, my mum really hates when me and Dad are on a wind
together.
up.
She hates it.
No, if we're in the same mood, it's like firing shots at mum.
Oh no, mum hates it when I do it. Mum hates it when I start.
Yeah, but when we're both in a good mood, it's great. Yeah. So that's your pick. What's your ick?
Oh my God, you are the messiest person I have ever met.
I'm not that messy.
You're horrific. I'll tell you what, I'll share pictures, shall I, of your room?
Dad films my room and sends it on the family group chat trying to make me feel embarrassed, and I don't get embarrassed.
Anyone who goes around our house, it's embarrassing to have them in the house in your bedroom.
My room's not even bad right now.
That's because Nan's been around 3 times clearing it up for you. Because you don't do it.
I do. When you went on holiday,
how many suitcases?
Dishwashers.
No, how many
dishwashers. I did.
Emily, I asked you to do the dishwasher.
I cleaned. I made my room so tidy. I organised 4 drawers and I FaceTimed you to show you my organisation. So don't start coming at me for that. I asked you to do the dishwasher
the other day. And you took 3 things out of the dishwasher.
Are you lying?
No.
I did
and then you
cutlery.
left everything in the sink.
I did bowls, because I couldn't be bothered. I had to get ready.
Couldn't be bothered, right?
I had to get ready. I had 5 minutes.
So how many times have you come back from holiday then, and his suitcase has been there for 2 weeks later, and the clothes are still in it?
I mean, I haven't unpacked LA yet.
Exactly my point.
Well, Maybank holiday, Marbella.
Exactly. It's horrific.
I can't fit clothes in my room.
And then I've got 2 other girls who get loads of clothes as well, like you. Not as much as you, but quite a lot. And I've got rooms of bags of clothes from all of you. So having 3 girls is an absolute nightmare for that point of view. For that point of view. I can't wait till they move out, to be honest. I'm trying to get rid of them. The other 2. Too old, they should be there.
That's so rude.
I know, but it's true. I want them out.
Wow. Anyway, my pick about you is that you're very inspiring.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
You're my biggest inspiration.
In what respect?
In business ways, in the way you treat people.
Okay, yeah.
Very kind. My ick about you
Oh, no.
I can't even say I'm saying it. Dad, like people will be round and he'll just be burping and farting. And it's so,
Can't put that in.
it's so,
I think they called it a social filter. I haven't got one.
He hasn't got a social filter at all. He doesn't care who's there. And my biggest ick ever,
Oh, no.
since I can remember, I don't think I've gone a day without Dad complaining about something. It's either his back, his knee,
Yeah, to be fair,
his illness.
To be fair, I've got a lot of problems with my back.
I don't care.
Oh,
And I
okay.
do care. Like,
I don't care,
obviously,
lovely.
no,
You're a lovely
I do
daughter.
care.
You're a lovely
but
daughter. Yeah,
sometimes
lovely.
it's like, what do you want me to do? Like, hold your back up for you? Like, I don't get it. Like, when you're in genuine pain, like, you've been to hospital, I'm like, fair. It's like, poor
Oh,
Dad.
that's right, if I go to hospital, is it?
No, not just hospital, but I mean, like, when you're actually really bad. But sometimes, mate, like, like, Naya's round and Dad's just like,
Oh, no,
Naya.
actually, Naya takes me out of me.
She always takes the mick out of you.
Oh, your back hurting?
Oh, he's like, oh, my back, oh, my leg, oh, I can't
Who
walk
else is
today.
like me? Robin.
Robin's like that. Robin after one session of Pilates, I've never seen anything like
no,
it.
I know.
I think I pulled my back. But Robin, you just done some stretches, mate. It was a 40-minute session.
I've done a 20-minute session.
So that's my biggest ick about Dad, is social filter.
That's a fair one.
He doesn't stop. And he's a bit of a hothead sometimes.
Really give me grief on my one. All I got was grief off both of you. Really, in your
When
last
we
podcast.
did it.
I just got ruined on that one.
What were we talking about? I can't
Mate, just
even
everything was
remember.
about me. I was like about 20 icks, I think.
What was the
Mum had
picking
about
it?
20. I wonder why Mum's married to me, to be honest.
Making yourself gag when you...
Oh, and I clean your teeth. You remember? Oh, no. Embarrassing.
Dad brushes his tonsils, not his teeth.
No, I don't.
Mate,
Not now.
Honestly, it's disgusting. It's actually the biggest ick. So that's my biggest ick. Anyways, let's get icks about Mum.
Right, so you want a pick or an ick?
Pick and an ick.
Oh, definitely. She's so kind, isn't she? Mum's just lovely to everyone.
Yeah,
She's
everyone
just
loves
anything
Mum.
for anyone. So that's like, definitely a pick. Ick with Mum. Oh. She can never be wrong, can she? It doesn't matter what you say. If you're in the right, 100% of the right, she will argue.
Can't either. You've
Mate,
got no
I'll always say, I'm
backbone.
sorry, Mum. Never sorry. Well, I'm right. No, you're not. Well, I'm right. Just say sorry, doll.
Mother
Well,
like
I'm not
daughter.
wrong. I'm not wrong. Honestly, that drives me absolutely insane.
So that's
with her.
your ick?
Even if you speak to Georgia, she'll say exactly the same thing about Mum.
To be fair,
agrees.
she doesn't. She has said sorry quite a lot
Mum
to
said,
me.
when I said that to Mum before, she said, well, I'm never wrong, am I? I'm normally
She's
always right.
got an attitude on her.
Yeah, I know.
So
that, and then the other thing is with Mum, sometimes I'll do something in the house and I'll do, or she'll say, oh, you've left 2 things out.
Mm.
And I go, well, there's about 60 bags of clothes in the other room that they've not cleared up. Why are you having a pop at me for like leaving a cup on the side?
Well, you can't talk then about us if you're going to do
Well,
it
you've
too.
got 60 bags on the floor.
But you're not allowed to say that if you're
2
doing stuff
cases on the
wrong.
floor where you haven't
You
cleared it
haven't
up
got
from
a
the holiday in
backbone.
May.
You haven't got backbone for that one. Sorry, I'm with Dawn on
shit,
that
Mum,
one. She's
that's
got...
an ick with Mum. I'll leave one thing out and then she has a
Do you
problem
want to
for
know
one
my
thing.
ick about Mum?
Go on.
When I'm in like a discussion with a friend, like we're having a bit of like a back to forth. Tell her this. Say this.
Oh yeah.
Say
yeah,
this.
Yeah.
I've already said something, Mum. No.
When you
say
ring,
this.
she says to me, so obviously I've done a few things with business and things like that. And she goes, when you speak to them, say you need to talk about. Say this. I'm like, why are you telling me?
It's worse on messages when it's a friend and she holds such a grudge sometimes against people, and I'm like, as in like my friends, and I'm like, Mum, like I'm civil with them now. You can be civil too, and she's like, don't like her. But I see why.
Yeah, but you got to understand it from a parent's point of view. That makes it different.
I see why. But also,
If
it's like, if I can move on from it, you can move on from it,
but if a parent sees
Mum.
someone treat someone bad,
Yeah.
and they've seen something in their character that makes them think, you know, I don't really want to hang around with you or the other girls or whatever. It's different. You'll understand it when you've got kids.
Yeah, but I just think sometimes
It's different.
like-
It's different. I promise. It's different.
But my pick about Mum is she's so nice.
Yeah.
And like she's such a host. Like she loves to like
she looks after everyone.
go
doesn't she?
above and beyond.
Proper
like even
feeder.
for my party.
Proper feeder when you
she was
come
like,
round.
you've got to clean up. I was like, okay, cool. When I wake up in the morning, I'll clean up. Woke up in the morning, everything's pristine.
That's because Emily, she knows you're not clearing up.
But I would have cleaned up, but I was tired.
You could clear
I just wanted
up.
McDonald's and go to bed. And then Mum's like, I've come down in the morning, I'm like, Mum, what's going on? Like
It was
floors
done.
completely
Immaculate.
polished. Immaculate.
I don't remember coming to bed. I think she come to bed at 5:30.
She's a nut for that.
Oh, she's
I don't
mad.
know how she does that. But that is my favourite thing about Mum. She's a really good host.
she's
Everyone
great.
loves Mum.
Yeah, it's hard not to like
We
her.
love Mum.
Yeah, we do.
What's your pick and ick about Marbella?
Pick. Oh, got to be the weather. Love the weather. Love the climate. Love the area. Love being there. Want to move to Spain. That's definite. Probably the ick in Marbella is probably how showy it is and how in your face it is, really. Because a lot of the places out there, when you say Marbella, everyone's like, oh.
Portobello's.
But it's not like that. The rest of the areas, if you go out a little bit out away from there.
We love Estepona.
Stunning. Like, Estepona is absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Completely different to Marbella. Different vibe, different area. I love it there. So I think probably the showiness of it, everyone thinks it's just Portobello's when there's a lot more to it than that, in my opinion.
Go Mihash, you can go everywhere there.
It's beautiful there.
There's so much there.
There's so much to do.
But we're going to move on to listener questions because you guys at home have asked even more. And I thought, why not? Let's go through them.
Go.
So if you do want to send me a message and ask a question for the future guest, you can over on Instagram at Charlize Private Story. We work our way through and you'll see your name featured. Or if you don't want to be named, you can just state that. And we go through and we answer your questions. So first of all, Daisy has asked, if you could live anywhere, where would you live?
Very easy, isn't it? Spain, Marbella.
Yeah.
Or Marbella, Estepona. Yeah. 1,000,000%.
Yeah. For me,
You wouldn't like it.
Probably in London. I never want to live in London, but on the outskirts.
You live in the outskirts, like Hertfordshire way or something like that.
I don't know where.
You want
I
something
don't
good
really
links.
like Essex.
Mm.
So I probably want to move away from Essex, but I think either in London or if I was to I want to move abroad.
You said
for a
you would
while.
go to Kent, wouldn't you? You said first.
Yeah, I like Kent. But I think if I was to do anything, I'd want to do places away, but for 6 months, but not live there forever. Just like a little permanent. I like not
Semi-permanent,
semi-permanent.
6 month thing.
Like I would like to live in LA for 3 months, just live LA life for a bit. Go to Dubai, live in Dubai for a bit, and then I'd like to go to Spain, live in Spain for a bit. Like I'd like to travel. Like in Australia.
You've not been to Madrid, have you?
Never been to Madrid.
Madrid's really nice.
But I really want to go to Australia. Like as soon as I turn 18, I'm doing Australia for 3 months. I'm backpacking, doing it all.
I've not. That's probably one place I haven't been. Is Australia, actually.
You never been?
No, I've never been to Australia. That's probably a good idea to actually.
You're
try
not coming.
Well, we might come with you now.
Anyway, Freya says, "What is your favourite YouTube video that you've made?"
Me? Don't remember any done any. Have I with you? I've done a couple, haven't I? Probably the one when we was in
Lanzarote.
Yeah, that was funny.
We did one in Lanzarote where we I asked Dad really uncomfortable questions that you guys made me ask.
That was quite funny though.
It's quite a lot. It wasn't very nice for me hearing some things that you came out with, but yeah, that's probably my favourite video that I filmed with you as well. Finally, Sabri has asked, what is your dream pet?
Dog-wise, I love dogs anyway. Dogs are my thing.
Yeah.
I love Staffies. Obviously we love Bluey, the wonky-eyed dog. She's lovely.
Oh, she's my favourite.
She's got a big mouth at the moment where she's swallowing her mouth. I don't know what's happened there.
Bluey had an allergic
think she's
reaction.
got bitten by a hornet or something because her mouth's out here like that now.
And she's so sad right now.
She's sitting there crying to herself, isn't she?
Bless her.
Dog. I'd probably like to get a Doberman now.
I love Doberman.
At the moment, yeah, Doberman's probably my thing. My next dog, I think.
Yeah, I think Doberman's really cute. So I'd say if I could have any pet, like we're talking broad pig.
Pet. Oh, on broad pets.
A micro pig.
Yeah, I'd still mine's dogs.
I want a pig so bad. I love pigs.
Yeah, but Georgia wouldn't have that, would she?
No,
Georgia
my sister hates pigs. But if I could have like a dog,
a micro pig,
micro pig, when it goes like, oh, I just love
so you want to go
pigs.
to Bahamas, the pig beach?
Yes.
There's a pig beach there.
I want to go so bad.
Yeah.
It bit my friend's bum, but I want to go.
Did it?
If it bit me, I'd be like, oh. But yeah, that's all the questions that we've been asked. So thank you everyone that did send them. We like listening and answering your random questions every single day. It's so much fun. But yeah, you can send them over on Instagram at Charlize Private Story, and we always work through them and answer your questions. So I've got one last question, and that is, what is your private story, Dad? What is something that people don't know?
I've got told off because I wasn't going to. Mum said, "No, you can't do that. You can't do it. It sounds bad." But I'll say it anyway. I've got a couple. So I used one when Robin was about 4. You know this story, don't you? When Robin was about 4, she didn't really like me when she was young. To be fair, she'd admit that herself. But when I was playing golf a lot when I was young, before my back was really bad because my back hurts. You know about my back, right? See, my friend had bought a new golf club or something, and I was swinging the club in the garden. I was just swinging it, and then there was a ball down the garden, and Rob has picked it up, come up, and as she's bent down, I've swung the golf club, and hit her straight in the eye, and she's still got a scar there on her eye today. There.
But you couldn't stop yourself. It's not like you actually
I wasn't deliberately doing it. I was swinging down, and the club was already there, and her head was there, and it hit her straight in the head, and she ended up in hospital for 2 days. Yeah, and it's like touch and go where she's going to have major operation. It was horrific. The worst I've ever felt as a parent. I've never been more horrified in my life.
But you've got a cool other private story I wanted to add, because I think this is a really nice one. You actually worked with young carers for a really long time.
Yeah, so another good private story. But look, when we were, my dad was paralysed when I was a young kid. My dad was a professional footballer, or granddad was a professional footballer.
Yeah.
And he got paralysed when he was about 34, and I think I was only about 6 at the time, something like that. And someone tried to bully me, and it changed me as a child. Someone said some horrible things when I was about 8. Your dad's a cripple and things like that. It's really quite nasty. You know, it's like as kids, and it's kid stuff. You don't think of it, but it really affected me. So what it was, a lot of kids now, like young kids who are caring for parents and things like the parents are ill, whatever. The amount of bullying they get at school,
and the amount of stress they have on top of it
to look after the parents and whatever, they're spending so much time. So when I had my business, we used to sponsor a thing called Young Carers in Basildon, and I used to go and volunteer and do spend 3 or 4 hours and pick the kids up, take them to the place, and then let them be kids.
Do rock climbing,
climbing, took them, loads of stuff, drawing, and take them to clubs, and then we used to give them trips away to cooking courses. There's a girl who loved cookery, was really into Gordon Ramsay and that. So I think we paid for it. I think we sent her to one of the Jamie Oliver's restaurant or something like that to learn and do lessons.
Aww.
So probably that side of it. There's a nice.
That was a really nice private story.
Yeah, that's a nice private story.
Because I remember we used to pick up one little girl that lived near my school.
Yeah.
And we used to take her.
Yeah, we used to take her.
rock climbing.
You come to rock climbing.
And we used to give her all my clothes and stuff.
Yeah, you used to give all the clothes away and give all the stuff away to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably the nice thing.
That
private
was a
story.
nice private story to end on, Dad.
Yeah, not smashing
a golf
club, no.
By accident.
Very much by accident.
Very much by accident. But yeah, so Young Carers was quite a close thing to your heart.
Yeah.
Which was really cute. So yeah, that's Dad's private story. But guys, thank you so much for listening. Thanks, Dad, for coming on.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Ray.
Guys, thank you so much for listening to this episode of the podcast. Make sure to subscribe to the show now on YouTube, as well as follow us on Spotify or your podcast app of choice. And you can like, comment, and leave a review now. And make sure to follow the show over on Instagram, TikTok, and also Snapchat now at Amy Charlize Private Story. We love hearing from you guys and getting your questions, stories, and dilemmas every single week. So see you in the next episode. Thanks so much for listening. Bye. Cool, what was that? Bye.
Bye.
That was icky. Jesus.
Shut up.